So we've got a airport, and they surveyed some passengers on how many stores they'd shopped in compared to their waiting time for their flight. And then I got a scatter plot below there. It says use the scatter plot above to complete the missing cells in the table. So we have to be able to read this. So a person that waited 50 minutes, stopped in either 2 or 3 stores. You can see right here that we got 3, which takes care of that one. So that means that this one right here is going to be 50 and 2. All right, so you got to think about that when you're doing it. 40 is 1. 75 appears to be 4. Whoops, let me write them in the right spot. 75 appears to be 4. It doesn't appear to be 4. Is 4. And 65 is 0. All right, so I have to be able to read, and they'll ask you to plot, scatter plot sometimes. And we'll talk about that when we get there. But that's what we're looking at, okay? Find the Pearson's product moment correlation coefficient, and then we want to talk about why it would not be valid to use a scatter plot for someone who waited 120 minutes. Okay, so let's get the correlation coefficient first. So we bring my calculator up, just so I can see things. So stat, edit, clear our previous lists out, and then put these in. So 50, 35, 50, 40, 75, 65. And then 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 0. Okay, so I've got those. Stat, calculate, number 4. And I'm going to do frequency list. So my correlation coefficient is 0.4278. So 0.4278, which is going to be 0.428 to 3 significant figures. All right, then it says give 2 reasons why it would not be valid to use this scatter diagram to predict the number of stores a passenger will shop in who has a 120-minute wait time. All right, so first of all, our wait times only go from 35 up to 75. So I could say, number 1, X values are from 35 to 75. So 125 is extrapolation. And then the other one, I had to think about this. That's not a very good correlation coefficient. So it really shows us that this data doesn't correlate very well. So I would say 0.428 is a weak correlation. So the regression equation is not a good model. Okay, and you really could just write down extrapolation and weak correlation, and that would probably be enough to make sure that you got full credit for that. You don't need to write all the words that I wrote, but it's not a terrible idea to make sure that you get enough thought on there so the person looking at it can tell you know what you're talking about.